So we're gonna call the council meeting for the city of Vernon, May 16, 2022 to order. Mr. Jimmy, invitation, please.
Dear Lord, we come to you in prayer tonight, dear Jesus, just thank you for this another day. We pray that you be with these leaders, dear Lord, and if they make a decision to be pleasing in your sight, dear Lord, we give to this town. We ask the things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Trey, is Mr. Dudley here?
I just text Scott. No, he's not here present now. But,
Okay, well, we'll just,
I actually text the secretary. She's checking now.
okay. Well, then let's go ahead with the consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda of approve the fuel and tank from R.K. Allen, oil for the fire department, and approve the minutes for the February 17, 2020 meeting?
I make a motion to approve.
Second. Discussion.
Did y'all check on the insurance about putting it inside the building?
Okay, Shaquan said that he had not spoke to the insurance company. So before I even asked him about that, he said that all the guys were going to get together. They're going to put up a fence on the outside. That way they can lock it up and then they can monitor who, and then there'll be a camera put on that also.
Any more discussion? All in favor? Motion carried. Mr. Hawkins, yours just.
Yeah, continue on. I apologize. I'm sorry.
Mayor's report.
I don't have a whole lot. Put a package in you. Everybody got a package for me. It's my intention to get it to the attorney first. It's my fault to come out the way it did, but if it doesn't really matter, everybody's got it. You gonna cover the air conditioning? Okay. Talked with Jason about all the scrap metal. He's gonna cover it in the next workshop, and there's a pile of it. County now they have a new code enforcement officer, and I got the name Trey today. I'll be talking to her this week sometime and see what they would require of the city if we could come to an agreement.
That make it your local business?
We don't have an agreement with
I know
them.
we don't right now.
But I'll be talking to her about that. Maybe if she can even come to the meeting, I'll ask her to come to the meeting workshop. I met with Gary Haddock. I'm gonna meet with Joey out there and Bobby Hudson. I think Gary's asking a little too much, but that will be up for the council to decide. Have y'all that information at the workshop?
You mean to like,
On the cemetery property.
well, he's asking for money, just more property. What is
To
he
me,
asking
he
for?
wants more than either.
That he's on.
Yeah, he wants us to bear all the costs. But I'll get with like I said, I'll get with Bobby and Joey, bring that on back to you. That's about all I got. Been up here reading all the ordinances. Some of them I reading still confused, to be honest with you. But I'm gonna be back up here probably Wednesday reading some more. That's all I got. Anybody got any questions for me?
What about the ARPA funds? Have you been working on that?
The what?
The ARPA funds?
I couldn't hear you.
The fundings, the ARPA. Have you been working on that?
I thought- The funding for the, fire truck.
The
ARPA funds.
The ARPA
I'm
funds.
still working on that. Trey's gonna update me on that.
Also, Gary, I don't know if you have a city email address, but if you do, or gonna establish one that you can give to the city clerk, because there are some things that,
They're on.
that are coming from ARPA that you're gonna need to
Okay.
view, and there are some links that I can forward to her also that she can send to you.
Yeah, I'll talk to her tomorrow and do that.
Anybody else have anything for the mayor? Attorney's report.
So I heard back from Kim Toole at DOT last week about the Moss Hill intersection. She said that the area has been partially accepted by the department, that it's on their study list, and the study should be completed in the next few months.
Nuts. You all right?
I was hoping it was underway or completed, but that's all I have.
Does anybody have anything for the attorney? Clerk's report.
We did get a, quote from another, AC unit, or company. I included that in your packet. We're still having issues with it. This gentleman, Mr. Cruz, said that it could be a number of easy issues, or it could be the fact that it does need to be replaced, but the only way he's gonna know is if he comes out when it's not working. And it worked all day today, so. But that would be our third quote that we would need.
It says that air conditioner thinks it's around 15 years old. I've been knowing him a long time. Went out there with him. Coils don't look bad in the office, but like it'll overheat, keeps out the overload sensor on the compressor. And if he's not here when it does that, he can't really tell what it is. So, I don't know if you'd want to add that to your agenda and vote on that in case it does tear up, or if you have the money or what, but that,
You see you got 3 quotes, Karen?
Yes, ma'am. Y'all had the, I gave you the other two previously, and I just put that one in there for this one.
You say it's working now. It's working and it's not working.
Exactly.
Anybody have any ideas? We've got 3 quotes.
And this is for a new unit, the replacement, well, one of them, I see it says 4 times.
Yes, ma'am,
That
it's to,
Cruise Comfort Solution.
it is to replace the whole thing, inside and out.
But you, how old is it, 15?
he said he thinks it's around 15 years old. It's hard. He said on that model, it's hard to tell. And I don't, since you've been here, how they replace these, you know of?
No, not the whole, not brought in another unit to replace,
Okay.
no. That's what I'm saying. But don't those things usually last about 20? I don't know.
Mine at the house, I got 15 out of.
I got a little more out of mine, but I had to get a new one.
Ms. Maxley? On some of our aging units in the county, we utilize the ion filters in them. It's been known to kill the particles which causes COVID,
Yeah.
and you use your ARPA funds for that as long as it's the ion filter technology. So remember that, whatever you decide to do, you do have the ability to utilize that fund for that.
Well, this, like, I only had to have the outside unit replaced. Is that what they're talking about?
Talking about inside and outside.
Oh, let's see, mine was just the outside. Did they check the inside to see?
It's the same age, you know, it's kind of foolish really not to replace both of them.
Well, mine's been running good, just replacing the
That's up-
outside. It's been doing okay.
That's up to the council, not me.
Right.
That's what I was asking.
If it was mine, I would.
You replace the whole thing? But then you can decide. They just give you outside.
So does anybody have the one proposal that was in the last packet?
I got them both, you want them, Becky?
Well, we got three, right?
Yeah, you want them?
I'm trying to figure out which one I don't have, because there was one that was in the last packet.
There's hall heating and cooling,
Do you have yours?
it's 8,867.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the other,
was that the most? I think.
No, one said 18,000.
I got it right here, but for the 4-ton,
P&P.
P&P,
I think it's on the back.
Would the full time do the job?
P&P is 8,114. I believe that's right.
But I'm asking you, will a full time do the job?
All three, everybody quote one, yes,
Yeah.
that's what's out there.
Okay. We have the money, Karen, to fix, to do either one of these? Or you gotta go back to the drawing board. It's okay if you do, we just have to wait until we see what we have
We can,
to work with.
we can move it to, the workshop, or we can, if something happens between now and then, we can set a special meeting. I mean, if we leave it for the workshop, we're not gonna be able to vote on it.
And if it goes out between now and then, you got to call a special meeting. Can't you call, just go ahead and approve it or not?
We could add it to the agenda tonight, that's the will of council, that's why I'm asking, what does the council want to do?
But we can't approve it without a price. Can
Well, we need to know
No.
that it's in the budget.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, for if it's in the budget to do it.
So,
I don't think it's in the budget.
I don't think it is
So,
either.
We have to pull it from somewhere.
if anything happens, we'll just have to call a special meeting
Okay.
and make sure that it's, we have the funds to
Pull it from
take care of it.
someplace else.
So we
Or
know
we
how much,
maybe reach back out to them about, Mr. Hawkins' idea on the filtering, because if that's an option, then we can use ARPA funds.
I think, I'll get with Trey on it. But in the meantime, she can go back and look, see if she can find the funding somewhere and be ready.
For it, yeah.
That's what I'm saying, if we go ahead and add the filtering that he's talking about, if one of the companies or if all of them can give us a price on that, if we can get it paid for with some of the funds, then that'll help our budget, because we know what that is right now.
Okay.
Our audit, of course, is due June the 30th. The one that did it last year reached out and has offered to do it again this year. And you also have one from another auditing firm. We do not have time to advertise for bids or anything. I mean, we're already in the middle of May. This has to be done by the end of June. So, y'all just wanna go ahead and go with the one we used last year. That would be the Brunson.
Brunson and Brunson.
I know we discussed this before, and I think that we previously had talked about advertising for it. I'm not sure if that was done, but at this point, we
As far
don't
as
have
I
time
know,
for that.
it's
So
not done.
Michelle, what would be your suggestion on, I know there's procedures that we have to follow as far as putting out for bids.
You would just have to declare this an emergency purchase.
Or go with the ones that we have already, either way.
I don't remember you being under, a renewable contract with them. I think it's just this
Standard.
engagement letter, but otherwise it's your discretion. It's just that your purchasing policy requires if it's over 2,500 that you have to drop the formal bid, so in order to not do that, you have to declare it an emergency. I think either firm would be fine.
better off use the one you had last time, be less questions, they already know what, they're more familiar with the city of Vernon.
First, as a council, we have to declare an emergency. Is that what we're saying?
So we need to declare an emergency on this and add it as item number 14. Are we going with who we have or who has submitted a proposal?
Bronson did. The one that did it last year, there's a proposal from them here.
So we're going with the existing auditor. Okay.
Like Gary said, if we use them, use the same one we used last year, they already know some of the stuff about our city. And they,
Well,
they
and
did a pretty
also-
good job.
They've also worked with, our CPA.
Yeah. Stevenson.
Okay. Karen, do you have anything else?
I've had several, people call me and ask, will the city be putting out a dumpster in front of City Hall for the community to use?
What now?
They're talking about the Amnesty Day where twice a year we put out dumpsters.
Mhm.
We've already done that once. I wanna say once this year.
Have we?
Mhm.
Oh,
I'm not exactly sure I know we've been doing it about twice a year, but I'm not exactly sure what time or when it was done, but I know we've done one within the last year. I wanna say we did one not long ago, but you'll have to look back.
well, can't we call Waste Management and find out?
Well, it should be a record
In somewhere.
in the clerk's office.
If she can't find it,
Yes, if that's a follow-up, if you can't find it, you can call and ask them.
ask them when did they come out here and bring the dumpsters. We had three,
3, 2 year, 1 at Shady Grove.
and one at the sports club. But then we get a lot of stuff that,
Never makes it.
I think the last one that we had, we did not put at the Sportsplex. Either we didn't put it at the Sportsplex or we didn't put it at Shady Grove because there wasn't.
I think they
The
had one at
availability
Shady
couldn't be
Grove, I
watched.
think it
We
might
had
have
2
been at
here.
the sportsplex, they didn't put it. I think they had one at Shady
It was
Grove.
put down in the parking lot, right?
Yeah, that's the ones
Well,
that were
people
out.
bring
There was 2 out
refrigerators
front.
and stuff like that and leave them out there. I don't know how we can stop that. You
Well,
know,
we
they
haven't
just-
been stopping, we've just been dealing with it as it happens, but
Yeah,
generally, I think we do it. Check into it, Karen, please.
Yes,
I think it's been twice a year.
I did put a couple of other items in there, just a copy of the order for the volunteer fire department that the funding will be paying for, and then the letter from Mr. Conley on, when he spoke to Mr. Griffin. That was just information for y'all to have.
Joey, did you talk to Mr. Griffin?
I talked to him and, Miss Rhonda couldn't meet him, Mr. Carnley met him, the next day, she had something to do, Miss Rhonda did, but they met Wesley and, talked to him, and, she called me back, said everything was fine, but I don't know how he been hauling it in, he hauled it a different way he's supposed to. He's supposed to be pouring, I think, toward Tony's house and backing up. The problem was the light pole was in the way.
Right.
He couldn't get in there, and he put an order in for him to move it, and he said it was gonna be 8 to 10 days for him to move it. And I seen him out here 2 or 3 days after that.
I spoke with,
Oh,
somebody from Florida Power and Light about that. They were gonna have to move that one and they were gonna have to move one on down at the corner.
but Wesley told me he took pictures before we started. If he tears something up, he'll fix it.
Karen, do you have anything else?
No, ma'am, that was it.
Does anybody have anything for the clerk? Recreation report. He's supposed to be here, but I don't know if he's running late or not. Public Works report.
And y'all want to do the, we got a big thing tonight. Do y'all wanna go over all the stuff at the plant? Or y'all wanna do this at a workshop?
That's a workshop,
I mean, I'll give y'all the stuff tonight so y'all can look at it, and leave, y'all wanna do that. All right, I want to, I never took a vacation since I've been here, so I'd like to take a vacation from the 19th to the 26th. That's counting a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which I'm already off
19th of
this month. Which will
May.
be this coming up Thursday, next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
The 19th through the 26th.
Yes, ma'am.
We're supposed to put in for that ahead of time.
That's all right with y'all. All right, y'all ready? The next.
Is everybody okay with that?
I mean, I'll be here, I just need some time off. I just really not put it out there. Y'all, some of y'all know, but. All right, number two, Mr. Marshall, down there on Holmes Creek Road. His line from his son's house to his house, it's got to be replaced.
Got what?
It's got to be replaced.
It's 2-inch galvanized.
It's 2-inch gray horn pipe from like the 1950s.
Wow.
It's galvanized on the end and it's rusted. But they never, I don't know why they never replaced that when they went through there. They done her road, all the other roads, but they didn't do that road there. So we got to redo that.
Is that the city's, on the city side?
Yes, ma'am.
Because they didn't, what he's saying is when they came in here and redid all the lines.
You
they
barely
missed
touch
that.
it, it breaks. So it's just one problem after another.
Tell me about
That's
it.
the same,
Same as we had over
Issue
by Miss
when you-
Gwen's church. Yeah,
well, didn't you have the same issue at the Marshalls when you had to have a,
yeah. And
Trench.
this is, same pipe that we had in Miss Gwen's church, we had to replace. So it's got to be redone. And then I'll get the cost or whatever, and then we can tell that workshop, I guess. Y'all know Family Dollar's already hooked up, ready to go. I need to get the generator at the plant here and well 3 serviced. I don't know what the price is gonna be. We always just call the company and get them serviced it. So I figure I'll let y'all know. I don't know what the price will be. I mean, I can try to find out the price, but we've always used the same person every time.
and generally you call them, they come
Yeah.
service it and they
Yeah.
send us a bill.
Yeah. 3037 Dawkins Street. This is Miss Crew. I don't know who they live in Brad Register's old house. You know where that's at Dawkins. They're wanting to put a concrete curve out to the road, like a little storm curve. They said it's about 2 inches tall, I guess. And they've done part of their driveway, but they want to do the right of way. Told them I had to bring it before y'all. I don't see a problem with it because there's nothing in the way. It's not gonna cause no problems as long as y'all go with it. Maybe something, I don't know, we gotta vote on that. But they want to do it on the right of way. It's only like 4 foot, I think. I went there and looked at it. What they got now, it's not an issue. I mean, it's not gonna stop water. Where hers is at, it's not a big. I just told them I need to bring it for y'all.
Maybe we need to discuss that in the workshop.
I can y'all can go look at it, or I can get photos and bring it to the workshop, however y'all wanna do it. I just told them I wanna bring it for y'all before I get an answer.
What was the reason to do?
I guess they've done part of their driveway, they wanna do the rest of it.
But you said they're on the right of way.
Yeah, well, they've done their yard, I guess, is what they've done, and then they wanna go out onto the right of way, and so they didn't wanna do it without permission. The storm drain behind Chad's house. I don't know who these people are that moved in. They put in a storm drain in the city ditch.
Behind where?
Behind Chad's.
Yep.
I don't know where they're clearing that property at, right there behind Chad's house.
Where they've been clearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, where that
So
part.
they put a drain ditch in, they put a culvert in the ditch out there.
In the city's drainage ditch.
Yeah, so it's on I'll have to go on private property to get to the ditch. Or either go down the ditch. So I wanted to bring it for y'all. DOT said it's not theirs, it's because it's not on state right away. It's our issue, so I wanted to ask something. I wanted to ask the lawyer on this one.
You can't cross private property without their permission.
That's why I didn't
We
want to
would
go
need to
there.
get a court order if they're not cooperative.
And DOT said that's not there?
It's not on state right away. It's 300 feet off state right away.
In, towards that property?
Yeah.
So you would need to send them a letter first.
Have you had any communication with them?
I don't know how to get up with them.
He lives down
I didn't want
south.
to go over there because I didn't want to get on private property.
There
He
should be
doesn't
a
live
contact
there.
number at the clerk's
I
office.
think they own the property. I don't know if they live there now.
He don't live there.
They live down south
South
somewhere.
somewhere.
Yeah, Miami.
But he has a place here also. I don't know the guy's name. I mean, I hadn't went over there and spoke to him or anything like that. But
Yeah.
I know the culvert that they do have there is not big enough to accept the amount of water that comes through that area.
It's gonna dam it up.
It's gonna dam it up and
Yeah.
it's gonna cause a lot of flooding. So.
To your puppy.
979.
Karen, can you see if you can track down a contact phone number or email?
Cause he had somebody else doing the work.
That
It was guys.
Do we know who it is?
we have an address, so,
I don't even know if they have an address there.
They would. so there's not even an address there?
There's supposed to be an address there.
Property appraisers and
That's
look
what I'm
up
saying,
and click
by
on that
address.
property and it'll tell you
Yeah,
who owns it
and
and
we
where they
can
live.
do that way.
And it should give contact information, at least
Well,
an address.
The state put a driveway there.
And
When they
did-
put the driveways out, the state put a
Yeah,
driveway
this
there.
culvert is probably
And that
good
culvert,
300
they put a
yards from that
driveway there.
ditch.
They
Cause
actually
Potter,
built a
Mr.
road
Potter
to
thought
the
he had
culvert.
2 driveways.
Yeah.
Cause he said to me he had 2 driveways, but, that was for that other property.
Yeah,
They put a driveway there.
and that's all I have.
Anybody have anything for Jason? Public participation, Mr. Hawkins?
You want to do Cason's real quick?
No, you wanna do cases first?
Yeah, if you want to do Cason's, we'll go and get him out, then I'll talk about the CDBG grant after that.
Okay. All right, we have an award to be presented to Mr. Cason Hawkins by Mr. Scott Dudley, Executive Director of the Florida League of Mayors.
I got a big old loud voice, so I get told to shut up all the time. So I am super sorry for being late. I got behind 2 wide loads on the interstate and lots of highway patrol. I was smart enough not to get a ticket or get killed. So I made the decision to just get here when I got here. So I apologize for that. So I'm Scott Dudley. I'm the executive director of an organization that called the Florida League of Mayors. And I'm also I work at the Florida League of Cities. It's a subsidiary of the League of Mayors, is a sister organization to the League of Cities. And on behalf of the League of Cities, I want to tell you all, thank you for what you do for your public service. We really appreciate it. We know that the town, your citizens, they appreciate what you do, and most of the time anyway, I would imagine. And that really, the city, that's what it's all about. This is democracy with a small d. It's really cool to see people come here with their issues and you're dealing with them head on and straight up, and it's really cool to see. And so one of the cool things I get to do in my job is come visit a lot of small cities and watch city council do their work, and it's pretty awesome. And the other cool thing I get to do is, as the executive director of the League of Mayors, is we have an annual award that we give. We run an essay contest. This year there was about 1,400 people that submitted, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders that submitted essays. And the name of the essay is "If I Were Elected Mayor." And people submit, it's a 250-word essay that they have to talk about what they would do if they were if they were elected mayor, and we get all kinds. I'll tell you, people from everything from put in ice cream machines to, from the sublime to the ridiculous to the, okay. But I will tell you that this year, with as many essays as we had a really hard time picking a winner. Tell you a little bit more about, as you know, the League of Cities. We're a lobbying organization, but we do more than that. We try to help small cities comply with the ethics laws and figure out. We deal with the City Managers Association and all the Clerks Association. Try to make sure that we can help you guys in every way that we can. The League of Mayors has been around for about 30 years, and this is our 2014 is when we started this if I were elected mayor contest, and it's pretty cool for the reasons I indicated. Is that you get everything from just some really crazy ideas, some really good ideas, and it's 6th, 7th, and 8th graders that are doing it. And this year, the winner was your very own Casey Hawkins from Vernon Middle School. I don't know if his principal is here, but the principal is Miss Pearl Mims, and the principal is Brian Revere, and the teacher is Pearl Mims, and he wrote a great essay. I'll just tell you a little bit about it. Like I said, we get some kind of crazy ideas sometimes, some fun ideas, whatever. But this young man's going places because he talked about trying to pave more roads, trying to bring more septic and sewer, trying to basically take care of business so that he could attract businesses to the city of Vernon, and also so that he could, one of the extra benefits was, which I thought was really cool, just because it's the way it works, the more businesses we have, the more job opportunities there are. The more job opportunities there are, make everyday citizens' taxes go down. We can all benefit from that. Amen to that, right? So, really well thought out. It was really well thought out essay, and it was right on point. And he seemed to really get an understanding of what they do and why they do it. And so we awarded him first place. He got a $500. You're not getting another one tonight. I told you that. The last meeting, we presented at the county commission meeting. We had the opportunity to go over there, and we gave him his $500, and hopefully he invested it. The market is doing okay now. Not great. We should have invested it when I told you to. But yeah, we gave him a $500 gift certificate, and gave him a plaque. And we're going to have his name in our magazine, our annual magazine, and all that. I'm just going to briefly read the plaque here. Whereas the Florida League of Cities and Florida League of Mayors have joined together to teach students and other citizens about municipal government through the If I Were Elected Mayor contest. Whereas more than 1,400 essays from across the state were received, with only 3 winners, first, second, and third place. And whereas his excellent essay provides yet another opportunity to convey to all citizens of Florida that they can shape and influence government through their civic involvement. And therefore, be it resolved by the Florida League of Cities and the Florida League of Mayors that Kaysen is the winner, and we're proud to come present this to him again. And thanks for coming. Run for office or something, I feel like. I did not bring my phone with me at all. Could somebody, do you mind if somebody could get a picture?
I'm sorry, yeah, that'd be great. You want to get a picture of the council?
Sure, that'd be
One council want to get a picture of Casey?
Thank you. I think up here, right? Whatever the council, whatever they want. How do you want to?
Well, probably if you'll stand in the center.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Gwen, if you'll kind of move to this side and.
She's better look at me. She should be in the center.
And if you guys will move to this side, then we'll see if we can get everybody in this way. Yes. Then. Joey, you need, yes, that's it. Yeah. Great.
If we can do one more, I'll be shaking his hand in hand on this. Just we'll pretend like we haven't done this before.
Okay, really quick, can I grab one?
Miss Debbie, if you don't mind, will you send that to me and I'll send it to Scott? Thank you.
Trey, did you want to jump in there with
No,
us?
no, no, no.
Sure, Dad, come on, come on, come on up. Yeah, you got a tie on, you better get it picked up.
I'll wear this in the one I want to, like you.
I just put mine on in the parking lot.
Oh no, my camera just broke. No, I'm just kidding.
Sorry I did that.
Good job, young man.
Congratulations. Look forward to seeing you in office someday.
Thank you, Scott. Appreciate it.
Thank you, council, for everything you do. We really appreciate it.
This year, the City of G cycle is open now. There's some requirements to apply for your City of G grant. One of them's a public hearing. Our public hearing will be the 25th of May at Washington County VOCC. It's a great opportunity. Ours is at 5 o'clock. That's the 25th of May. But in order for the city to apply for one, you'll have to have your own public hearing.
What is this?
The CDBG, Community Development Block Grant. It's through DEP. I believe that's the organization that puts up the CDBG. But it's up to up to $1.5 million. We take public hearings and public participation on it, so we really don't have a say-so as a council of what the public presents to us. But I presented this to this board a year ago with an interlocal agreement, and something I definitely want to see happen now is a splash pad put at Hunter's Park. We have a great opportunity to apply for one. We'll put it in, but we're gonna need an agreement with y'all to provide more. And we're looking to put a parks director into place. We're instructing administration to move forward, looking for a full-time park director for Washington County VOCC. We have some chances to do some great things at our parks, but definitely want to see an interlocal agreement with the city of Vernon if you're acceptable to it, to put a splash pad. I think it'd be very utilized during the summertime and along with the school. I know tomorrow's water day for college class, so it'd be a great asset to have a splash pad where the schools can take their children out here to Vernon and have a nice facility for it. Also, I don't know what the land purchase requirements are for the CDBG. But we was at America Park this weekend in Vernon, Alabama with Casey's travel ball team. Guys, that could happen right here, easily. You already have the sportsplex. It's located that other 67 acres, whatever, 76 acres, whatever is behind the EMS station. I don't know what he wants for it, but if it is reasonable, man, that'd be great for acquisition for the city of Vernon, and where the county already has the adjacent park behind it. If we work together, we really could have something nice for this town and for these people to be proud of. So let's put our heads together and let's have Jordan workshop, or I'll come to your workshops and I'll present it back to the board. But we have a great opportunity to do some really good things there. We're looking at, I presented it to the principals at Vernon High School, Vernon Middle School, and I'm going to Chilliwack High School, Middle School. But I met with Walton County last week in their health department. We had the workshop with our health department, myself and the health department, and some other entities, but Walton County has the same problem we had. They had a graffiti problem, vandalism problem. They got to have ahead of it, really done some forethought in it, so there's no reason to reinvent the wheel. They entered an agreement with one of their schools and their art students, and they started utilizing a couple of parks and parks in the south of the county. But they had the students paint murals on the walls. And when I thought about it, I said, well, that's not a huge thing, but vandals don't like traffic. If you have traffic at something, they don't feel comfortable to vandalize it. And the mural would just cause people to drive to the park just to see the mural. And plus, that child took ownership. So I met with the school, and I took their idea one step further. And what I want to do is we put a website into place at Washington County to stop vandalism. I don't remember that website, but I'll definitely get it to y'all. But I'm asking the students, it's probably be next year before we really get it initiated, and it gives time when the school season comes. But if they're willing to go to the park in their neighborhood and take 2 pictures a week, one day and whatever other day they so choose, to just take 2 pictures of that park a week, upload it to our website. I'll give them 2 hours community service a week. And the reason the community service is so important is the students that's applying for scholarships, whether it be Gold Seal Scholarship or whatever scholarship, it requires community service hours. And it's very hard for a student to find time to get the community service hours in place. So not only are we helping that student get their community service hours, we're also doing something to have eyes on our park. We're installing cameras at our parks, but if the student's there on Thursday and the vandalism's not there and they're getting Saturday, it's happening. We know it happened Friday. So we look at the camera, find exactly who it is. We're not looking to ruin this kid's life, but we're definitely looking to hold them accountable and make them clean up their mess. So, and the school's bought into it, and they're 100% behind it. And also another thing we thought about was the students do not talk to me or you or to they don't talk to us adults. They don't tell us nothing. We don't hear. But if they vandalize something, they're not cool unless they tell somebody. Well, if that kid hears about it, they took ownership of that park, that's their park. They're going to let somebody know that, hey, Joey did this, and Joey did this then. And so I think throughout the interlocal with up to the city and the county and the school all working together, we really can take back ownership of our parks and make them nice. But I want y'all to definitely apply for CDBG, so maybe we can piggyback our CDBG grants and do some great work here on and I'm being hoggish this year on the CDBG grant for the county, because I'm really trying to steer it right here to Vernon and make sure that we get what we can utilize, here at our facility.
So we don't need to set a public hearing right now, but can you come to maybe our next workshop and?
Yeah, their states is pretty tight, so it might be worth y'all having, Michelle, I'll send you some dates tomorrow on this, so maybe you can look it over and make sure that they're in compliance with it. You got engineers out there that's willing to do this for you for nothing. And I don't give a plug to an engineering group, Melvin Engineering. They've been Melvin. Hey, man, I'm telling you, that guy brought it to us step by step, told us what to do, and we paid him zero until we get the grant. Then he administers the grant. And, so that may be worth y'all just reaching out to David Melvin tomorrow and saying, hey, I understand you're doing the counties. Is this something you're interested in helping us do here in the city of Vernon? Because, with both of us having a CDBG grant that's working simultaneously in the same area, we could, by next year this time, we could change the complexion of that area. And really, and I think once we bring our parks back to where they are, not just Vernon, throughout the entire county, once we have our grader in and we get them back where they are, I hope people take ownership and pride. And once they do that, we've got the community involved. Once the community buys in, I think we can slow some of this vandalism down and really make this place back where it used to be.
That David Melvin out of Marianne?
That's right. Yeah, and again, that's just me telling you who's doing ours, and I'm very pleased with it. Very pleased with it. So, if you utilize her, if you decide, but he's done us a great job. Is there any other questions you have for anything we got going on in the county right now that y'all can ask while I'm here? Kill 2 birds, 1 stone.
I appreciate your help.
No problem, thank you guys.
Thank you, Trey.
Thank you, Trey.
The recreational director is here now. Do you have a report?
I do, yes ma'am. All right, so first, this Saturday, we're gonna do a baseball appreciation day. I've got about $1,800 worth of water slides we're gonna put on that back, field back there, in the outfield. So that's first. I'm gonna ask y'all if y'all wouldn't mind, if we can approve a $1,100 check to, forget the company, which I've already got paid out of donations. So it's not like it's costing us anything. That check is to, Bounce With Us Inflatables out of Panama City. And literally it was, the cost was about $1,800. He cut it down to $1,100 for us.
1,100 even?
Yes, ma'am.
To where? Bounceable?
Bounce With Us Inflatables.
I'm adding this as item number 15.
He'll be out here tomorrow to test all our outlets, make sure power-wise and water-wise we can support it and be able to, if not, he's gonna throw in a generator to be able to run. And so what we're talking about doing is kicking off about 9 o'clock recognizing the kids. I've already got the awards pulled from past years where we weren't able to do it, and we've already built that up, so we had no cost there. And then we're gonna have a day of just Sandlot style baseball, feed them. We're looking at doing something special, some barbecue or something like that for lunchtime. I haven't finalized that yet. All donated, and then we're gonna do the rest of the afternoon playing in the water slide, water balloons, water guns.
Great.
Next thing I have is the uniforms for baseball. I'm also going to ask for a check for Omega Sports, which we got all the uniforms for, and I'm well on my way of paying all this. I get that y'all are looking at me going, oh, but no, it will be paid for. So it's, like I said, it's not like it's a cost. But the amount on that is $7,907.96. $7,900. $7.96.
$7,000.
Yes, ma'am.
$907.
$907. Okay. And 96 cents.
96 cents?
Yes, ma'am. And I can email that invoice to you.
Okay, good, thank you.
Is that something that needs to be voted on tonight?
It's your choice. They just sent me the invoice and they got net terms. I don't know exactly what their net terms. I think it's like 20 days or something like that. So.
Well, we won't have another.
Yeah, we're not gonna have another meeting, so
Okay.
Number 16.
Like I said, I know I'm more than halfway paid on those. With the plan to, I'm waiting for the rest of the money to come in there, but it will be covered. Like I said, it's not like this makes sense. We've done it in the past, no problem.
That amount again?
$7,907. That's all Omega Sports.
Okay.
And then we are the last week of baseball. We got a wrap of baseball. I think we had a successful year of 9 teams total. We've started some fundraisers both for the gym and for baseball. We've gave the calendars out for the kids. A lot of that money's already started flowing in. I've put a invoice for $3,800 for some lights for the gym from a down south company. But while I was doing that, and after I submitted it, I actually came across a electrical company in Panama City that came out and basically is going to have it done for us for free. So we got all 20 lights replaced in the gym at no cost whatsoever.
So we can take number 1
Right.
off the agenda.
Yes, ma'am.
That's great news.
We told you something, wasn't there some leaking problems and stuff?
There was some leaking problems in the roof, and it still drips a little. We
Okay.
took care of the mass leaks to a degree, and they do leak a little bit. Now there is some damage on the floor that we will have to get fixed after the lights. But once I see that the lights, he gave me a week. He said, "Give me 3 weeks," because they got to get the light shipped in. So we're looking at about a month that progress will either be on its way or done. So within a month we'll have the lights done, and then I'll start looking at the pricing. And I've reached out to several floor companies to try to get them to see how much, either to patch it or to get the floor back to where it needs to be. And then once I confirm that, we'll start working on the hallways and the bathrooms and cleaning those up. And I've got plenty of volunteers that have already offered time to do that.
But you need the lights to see in there, is that it?
Well, we did the lights first because it's kind of pointless to do all the work if we weren't able to, because we knew the lights were the expensive part. One thing, the lights fixtures themselves, as you've seen, it was about $4,000 just for the lights. And then a lift to get up that high, I would have had to rent it. I'm not an electrician, and so we didn't know what that cost was going to be. So we didn't even know what that looked like. So we knew that was going to be the most expensive part from our understanding. So we wanted to make sure that was done before we got in there and did all the work cleaning all that up just for it to sit another 6 months to a year and it not go nowhere.
So they're not gonna get damaged again from the leaks?
No, ma'am. We definitely still need a roof. But the way it is now, I think we were in there the other day after that rainstorm, and literally it was subpar the amount of water that was on the floor. It was literally like somebody spilled a drink on the floor. That's how much water was in there now compared to what it was in the past.
Do you know where the bad spot is, or the whole?
I do. Yeah, there's 2 spots on the floor that we found where the water is. One's pretty much gone, we can't even find it anymore, but the other one it's obvious where the leak is. And we, like I said before, we've got up there and you can see there was obvious holes in the roof that we kind of patched and filled with some sealant to try to get it done.
I got a good friend that's a roofer, I'll call him, get him to come up and meet with you, and then he may do it for nothing.
He said we're willing to offer some kind of sponsorship, banner in the gym, whatever it takes to.
They do a lot for you.
That'd be awesome. Because I think we got a big number when we start probably quoting that roof out. So that's all I have.
Okay,
Is there any questions for me?
stick around, you don't have to stand there, but stick around because I need to, let council know what's going on with the 4th of July. We had a similar incident with actually pyrotechnics that we got last year. There was no follow-up in January to order fireworks. I know we all agreed on it, we all discussed it in meetings. Didn't happen, so they didn't have fireworks. So, again, this year, it was fight or flight, lay down and cry, or do what had to be done. So, the company that is before us tonight has agreed to do it. The reason that it's on the 2nd is because that was the only time that they could do it, which is a Saturday. Last year, we had it on Saturday to start, because we didn't want to do it on Sunday, that being the 4th. So, I really don't see that being an issue. That with everybody, I called everybody. This company was recommended by another company here. This company's out of Tennessee, but they do all over the Gulf Coast of Florida. They're supposedly doing wee walls. The reason I know this is because I cried out to Michelle to see if any of her other municipalities were doing fireworks shows. She sent me some information. I got in contact with the company. You see the price that they are willing to do it for. I'll say this again like I did last year. If this is approved and it goes forward and everything, we're as pleased like we were last year with the company, I would like for us to go ahead and get it set up as soon as possible, make sure that it's followed through with, and set them up for next year so this doesn't keep happening. This is a nightmare. I don't want, the 4th of July is a big deal to our community. And to lose fireworks, just having to cancel everything because you can't get anybody at the last minute, I'm tired of dealing with that. So if this is approved tonight, then we've got a fireworks show. They actually contacted Ashley Pyrotechnics to see what kind of show they did for us last year, to see what kind of fireworks they used and all, so they could give us a comparable as to what we had last year. Obviously the price went up. We knew last year that the price was going up. We budgeted for it to go up. And the parade, I'm assuming, I know that the fire department generally handles the Christmas parade. So I'm assuming that they handle the 4th of July parade too.
I spoke to Shaquan and he said yes, they would do the lining up and.
So we need
that.
to,
Did you call DOT?
All I need to get the approval for the road closures, I need to know what time we're doing.
yeah, that's what I said, we need to set a time for that tonight. But like I say, if we don't approve this fireworks show, if y'all decide to go against it, then basically we're not having, Kristen Burge, that was mentioned before, he's given us a price that's here. The other thing that I wanted to mention was that although Lori had wanted to be able to and had requested to do the pageant this year, she's had to back out. She reached out to Casey Cobb, who did it last year when Miss Olin couldn't, and Casey's not available to do it this time either. I did speak with Casey at length about ideas for next year, maybe setting it up earlier because the timeline of being able to advertise for it and all that, it's a little too close together. And with all the other things going on in the county at that time, I think we need to maybe discuss between now and next year, setting a time and date and so it can be advertised. Casey thought that would be a good idea. I spoke with Kim about it as well. Lori expresses, wanting to be involved next year. To what degree right now, I don't know. She's just got a lot on her plate, and she notified me last week that she wouldn't be able to do it. I reached out to Casey, wasn't able to do it, and there's really nobody else that I could think of that could come in at last minute. We don't wanna lose money on it either, you know, it's to help with the fireworks show. So, that being said, the only other thing I have is if this is approved tonight, then you're in charge of vendors, you know that, so take care of all that. And I'm assuming that we want to keep the prices the same as they were last year on that.
Quite remember what they were.
I don't remember what they were either, but I don't see us raising them unless that's
And
something.
we have the churches, they're free.
The churches are free. There should be some information,
Somewhere on it.
don't read anything like that, Karen, it just makes me straight face. There should be some information in City Hall on, I know there's an application for the vendors and the amounts, and churches are free, so unless council wants to raise what it is, I say we leave it as is, it's last year, and let's hope we get a big turnout. I know you spoke about doing flyers and all for it. When you do that, will you please make sure that the Goldies have it so it can go on our website and all the information for that, so they can put that out there. And I think that's everything. So if nobody else has anything or any questions, then we'll move on to new business. I'm sorry, Mary. Did you have?
Oh, yes. Well, I wanted to say that we have an exciting new thing going on in Grace Church. It's a pregnancy center, and it's for pregnant women and children up to 3. And everything is free, and they provide special services to help young moms or families with their kids. And they do little programs where they can get free things, diapers, all this kind of stuff. And it's on Mondays 1 to 4, and anybody and everybody is welcome. It's going to be a great thing for families. So we're really, also the food pantry, if anybody wants to see it after the meeting, it's coming along really well. I get to order the first batch of food either tomorrow morning, and we should be open within a week, hope. But it's going to be fabulous. So y'all come down and look at it if you want to, okay?
Does anybody else have anything?
Miss Becky, on your, with Timmy, I want to say this, they have done an outstanding job this year. Cecil, Timmy, that whole rec department's come together. It's family oriented again. It's the old Vernon. Y'all doing an outstanding job. Volunteers everywhere. It's heartwarming to see it come back the way it is. So kudos to the council. He's doing a great job of it.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
All right, we've taken number 1 off, so number 2, I need a motion to approve. Congratulations to ad for graduates in Washington County News. It's a $75 ad.
Make a motion to approve.
Second,
Second.
discussion. All in favor? Aye. Motion carried. Motion to approve 2 new tires for city truck number 1.
Motion approved.
Second.
Discussion.
How much are they?
City truck number 1, which, that's the,
How much?
should be less than 500, you say? If it's less than $500, then why are we having to approve it?
But he wants 2.
He's saying it should be less than,
No, but
for a pair?
for a pair of each.
Is it each, Jason, or is it for the pair?
For a pair?
For 2? If it's less than 500, we don't have to vote on it.
We approved it. in case you-
Okay, we got a motion in second discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Motion to approve hiring Chad Taylor as a permanent employee. Second? Discussion. All in favor? Aye. Motion carried. Welcome back, Jay. Motion to hire, pyro shows for fireworks display July 2nd for $16,500.
Kristen.
I'm sorry. I'm checking them off in the wrong order. I apologize. Number 5, motion to approve the hire of Christian Burge for entertainment for the July 2nd for $1,200.
Make a motion to approve.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Number 6, motion to approve to hire pyro shows for fireworks display July 2nd at $16,500.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
Discussion. I will say that the show fireworks are supposed to start at 9. About to say that. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Motion to approve the 4th of July parade on July 2nd.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
Discussion. What time? Tennessee's not here. I think the stuff starts at the sportsplex around 5 or 5:30, generally.
Yeah. 5.
Yeah,
5:30.
The parade's usually like at 4.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's usually, well, I know we moved it back because it was so hot and there was such a lengthy amount of time between it. We were having it at 1:30, so do we want to set it at 4?
When it's a little cooler? Maybe.
Maybe?
Born away.
The parade, well,
The parade.
it's just the parade time is at 4. And it runs through,
Till it finishes very long.
yeah, generally we just say it starts at 4 and that's it. And then
That's it.
afterwards
I'm
Is
just
that the
going to
lineup?
the DOT application and ask for the time.
if they ask for time, put it within a 30-minute span at the longest.
Okay.
I would give them an hour, just to
Okay, she said an hour, I'm
just to
sorry.
make sure.
Okay.
We know it's not gonna be an hour.
The lineup is taking place at, the track, and, our fire chief will be directing the parade. All in favor? Motion carried. So now you can turn in the information and get approvals, and
Yes.
either the mayor or the president has to sign off on
Yes.
that. I'm not sure which one it is. Okay. Motion to approve hiring Ponderosa pony rides for the July 2nd at $450.
Make a motion to approve.
Second,
Second.
discussion. Do we normally hire?
He come by and he said that, yes, we do. He said that it's 450 flat for the pony rides, but it's free for the kids. He doesn't charge the kids, what y'all pay him covers that, and then he does a fishbowl game that they do pay for.
So as long as they don't charge the kids.
What do we budget for? You don't know?
16.5 for the fireworks is what was budgeted, and that's what. it's
No, but
for.
I'm saying for the whole 4th of July, we had that's what he's asking, what did we budget for the whole?
Only thing I'm saying, like he said, when we do the budget, we're gonna have to, go ahead and figure out the 4th, because right now we're looking at $18,150 just for the 4th. Right now, if we approve all 3 items, so, we $1,000 over right now. So, we need to, when the budget's doing, we need to, whatever we're gonna do for the 4th, we need to, find out the price. It keeps going up, I know, every year, but 18,000.
You don't wanna have it. There you.
No, and that's why I was saying earlier.
I know what you're saying, Joy, I'm just.
After
saying.
this fireworks show, I want, within the next couple of meetings, I want it to be back on the agenda. If they're agreeable and we're agreeable to go through a new contract, get it set in place. That way,
They can't go up.
the price is there, it's settled, and we don't have this headache. And then at budget time, we'll know
Yes.
What we gonna spend?
on all of it.
Well, you don't wanna have the pony ride?
I just asked because I didn't remember if we'd done that before.
I didn't either.
I thought
Last
we had
time I
one.
seen it down there was very few, it was so hot, it made the kids ride, but.
I just didn't know if that was something that we we pay for or not.
Well, he came into the office and dropped off his business card and gave me that information. I told him I would bring it to the council.
Did we pay him this one?
I don't remember. I thought there was some horses out there, but I don't.
That's what I'm saying, I don't think that
I don't think we paid, I don't remember us putting that on an agenda anyway about no pony rides, I don't remember that.
okay, well, we have time, we have another meeting, we can discuss it at the workshop, and can you look and see if
Yes.
we paid anything last year, and that way we'll know?
Yeah.
I don't.
So let's table this, number 8. Because I don't remember.
There was some horses out there, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I thought that was handled on the vendor side of things, and they're in
Yeah,
charge of
right.
everybody but church.
I don't remember seeing pay.
Neither. Okay, number 9, motion to approve sewer credit $264.37 for account 430.
Motion approved.
Second, discussion. All in favor?
That was a big sewage bill, how much was their water?
Well, the actual total bill was $569.18. A contractor, they had a contractor go out there and do some work. The house is actually vacant and has been for a while. And they don't know what he did out there, but I told him the water did go through the meter, so therefore she has to do the water, but I would come in front of y'all and ask you if you give her a credit on the sewer because it didn't go through the sewer. I mean, she's a little upset over the $255 for the water bill, but if her contractor did it, then of course she said that she will pay it, but
Did Jason,
That's a lot.
did Jason, and them
Chad did go out there. I think I sent him out there 4 times. We'll check on this one, so.
What'd you find, Chad?
All I could do is write the numbers that I had down, it was 75,000 gallons I had, something like that.
But-
She was like, well, she wasn't out there personally, so she thought it was like more around 8,000 gallons to be used, but that's just somebody trying to, it wasn't her fault.
Was it through a
All I
leak?
went on the
No,
property,
he didn't.
I didn't go on the property, I just read the meters, all I could do was tell the numbers, and she said that she had some work done, that tells me it's not going back in the sewer. She had outside work.
Let me ask y'all a question, both of y'all. Y'all read the meters. The bill, not $500 something dollars. Is it common for that much to sewer to be $264 adjusted?
A lot.
That's a lot of money adjusted.
Well, but it's by the water usage. The sewer's built by the water usage.
It is.
When we adjust it, it's not, $40, $50.
Well, see, the sewer cost was $296 even for that amount. And they've been paying regular, just flat rate. So what I did was I took the flat rate.
Is this
amount,
the
took it
trailer
from
behind your
296.
parents?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I don't even know if somebody lives in that thing.
Nobody lives there. All the furniture from that house was washed up into my dad's backyard when the flood came. And he says he's seen some people out there now and again. He
I
hears
know there
people
was
out
a
there that go out there, but
lady
nobody lives there. It's not like there's anything, nobody's living there. She said she had some kind of work done. I can't verify what work was done. But as far as the sewer meters, I'd like to know, because I get asked all the time, what is the ratio? I always heard, now I don't know, I haven't repeated this, but I always heard that they took the water bill and they tripled it, or doubled it, or something like
No,
that. But that doesn't make sense with
there's
that.
a percentage.
Yeah, no, there is.
There's a formula for it. I'd
Yes,
like to
there
know
is.
that. I don't know the formula.
She can, actually, the clerk can print you off one of those off of the billing system that shows how it's prorated.
Because you can look at, I've only seen a few, I don't get a water bill, I don't live in the city limits, so, I've only seen a few, and some of them, it seems like like my parents, if theirs is $70 in water, their bill's $150, that's about double. They take the 70 and they add 70 to it, and that's their meter, but I don't know that, and theirs was 236 and 256 or something
No,
like
it's
that.
255 for the water and
The
296.
sewer rate is higher than the water rate.
Yes.
And it's actually, it's based off the usage of the water.
Yeah.
It's the way that it's charged.
Yeah.
So, but she could print you off a usage thing, and you could look at it and be able to, it's not triple, there's a percentage, but it's all rated
Well,
off
that
of
was
the
hearsay.
gallon usage. Okay, so again, I'll say all in favor. Motion carried. Motion to approve a garbage credit of $91.45 for account 1131.
This account was set up
We
last
gotta
year.
have a
Oh, I'm
motion
sorry.
second to discuss.
Sorry.
Make a motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion.
He, for some reason, was being charged from the get-go for 2 garbage carts, he only has 1. And that was verified with Waste Management. That's how we became aware that he was being charged for 2 cans, is because we were saying he had 2 and he doesn't. So,
All in favor? Motion carried. Motion to approve a pool credit for $38.28 for account 989.
Make a motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion. All in favor? Motion carried. Motion to approve pool bill credit and $9.95 for account 260.
Make a motion to approve.
Second. Discussion.
Can I want to just ask one question. So when they call, want their meter read for the Jason goes out and reads the meter?
Yeah, actually now, the way that it's done is when they contact wanting an adjustment, it's a 1 year, one time a year, and they actually have to show proof of the size of the pool, like the box.
Right.
So we know what gallons are going in and out.
We're giving him a $9.95 credit, which probably cost us $40 to go take care of.
Go take care of your meter, go read the meter.
Go read the meter and go back and turn it, you have to read it twice, right?
Yeah.
Pretty quick.
That's something to really think about. It can be, I mean, it can get where it's costing you money.
Well, it only happens.
Well, if you're in the area already, you gotta stop and buy there. I mean, our town's not that big.
No, and we do it once a year,
Only once a year.
and it's no different than us giving a credit like we just did. This is just for pools. And it's a sewer credit basically, because they're just,
Maybe that pool wasn't that
it's no
big.
different than giving a credit for a leak,
Okay.
basically. All in favor? Motion carried. Motion to approve pool field credit $31.90 for account 1070.
Make motion.
Second.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor? Motion carried. Motion to approve using the existing auditors for this year's audit.
It's an emergency audit.
It has been declared as an emergency.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor? Motion carried. Number 15. Need a motion to approve $1,100 to bounce with us. Inflatables for recreation.
I make a motion to approve.
Second. Discussion. All in favor? Motion carried. Number 16, I need a motion to approve a check in the amount of $7,907.96 to Make Sports for recreation.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor? Motion carried. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I have something to ask before we adjourn.
Okay.
What happened to the raffle? Did they have it? They did.
Who had it?
I don't even know who had it. So mean. We need to probably discuss that more at a workshop on how we're going to handle that type of thing. Because when we went out to the community center and we went to people for profit, then that needs to be discussed, how we're going to handle that. Because if you're making a profit off of our community center, then we need to not
wait,
have.
he paid the rent.
Huh?
He paid the rent.
I know you paid your minute, but I was saying, if it's for profit,
Oh, I see where you're, okay.
it's a different story. That's like, okay, if I'm having a wedding, I'm a community person, yeah, we do this for you. But if you're gonna make money off this thing you're having for profit, then we need to discuss that more, I think. I don't know how we do that.
I wonder how many people show up.
Yeah, but, so,
Well,
if you
if
went
we're gonna go that route, then we're gonna have to do that across the board on anybody that's for profit.
that's what I'm saying, everybody,
We've had
that's
times when we've had outside
Can
people
you
not
do
for
that,
come in and do
Michelle?
packets and things like that, too, so
Can we do
just put it
that?
on for a workshop.
What are you trying to do?
If, like, okay, we rent the community center out, you know, and the fee is not that bad, but we get people that does it for profit.
Right.
How do we handle that? Do we,
She wants
if,
two different rates, one for weddings,
you know,
funerals.
with local stuff, like birthday parties and stuff like that. But when, if you're doing it for profit, then we're losing money because you're making a profit off of us. That's what I'm saying, how would we handle that?
So you currently don't charge a fee?
We charge a fee, but it's the same thing for everybody.
Okay.
And the for-profit people are making money.
Do you waive the fee for anyone?
No,
If
that's
it's for a
what-
funeral or
that's what
something
we
like
do.
that, we do waive.
I need to research that one.
You know, to see, can we do anything for the people that's doing it for profit? You know, I don't know.
I will look into that for you.
You know, because if they're doing it for profit, then they're making money. And we charging a low price. I don't know whether we can do that or not. I don't know. You don't think so?
I mean, you're charging a fee up front, isn't it, for them renting the building?
Yeah, because we don't charge fees for certain things. We do, like for funerals and stuff like that, we don't charge. You know, if it's something for the school, different things, we don't charge. And if it's for anything that's for, should I say, for helping people, that type of thing, we don't charge. We don't charge to use it because we just don't, because that's not in good taste. You know, if somebody is like doing a benefit for somebody, they want to rent it, we don't charge them for that.
So what would you charge for?
If you want to have your wedding there, you want to have a birthday party there, those type of things, we charge. There's a fee. Well, it's a fee if you rent it for anything now, right now.
I think you asked how much is the fee.
What is it?
I think that's why I think that's why we need to discuss it. Let Michelle look into it and discuss it in a workshop.
Yeah, because the fee is like what is it, what is it?
It's not even that, the cleaning fee is like $56 something and the other part it's.
We need to look at that.
It's like $214 total with the.
How much?
$214.
See, 214.
Does anybody else have anything on that?
Well, we can discuss it at a workshop.
Well, I agree, we need to look at some of the numbers on it, especially when you've got people renting it, they're using it longer hours than others, that we've got electric bill and all that to take it out to, so. Does anybody else have anything else that they want to discuss? Can I have a motion to adjourn?
I make motion to adjourn.
Second? Discussion? Meeting adjourned.